listening to Fight Stories.
Fucking Fight Stories, take two. I'm in Brooklyn with my buddies Shane Gillis and Brian Six, and Brian's girlfriend Kyla. Kyla, what's your last name again?
Yo.
Kyla Fox.
Kyla
All right,
just...
so this is take two. We were just fucking having a gay old time telling the story
gay,
about the marshmallow, and I realized that the card had ran out. So I'll get this right one day. Anyway, we'll have to circle back to the marshmallow story.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great thing about bullying. Like, I feel like this could have been like maybe the theme of this episode.
We can keep that.
Bullying.
I mean, bullying's pretty easy. I was a bully.
Yeah.
I was a bully my entire life.
Were you your entire life?
Yeah.
Was?
But I also. That's right. That's right. So Shane and Brian lived together, lived together. Shane's about to move to New York City. They both live in Philly right now, and they also had some roommates that were some twerps.
Yeah. There's some twerp roommates.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
They're all good. They're all good. It's
Yeah.
just standard fucking stand-up comedians.
Yeah. Like run-of-the-mill nerds. Most of them are on the side of nerdy. Like even Brian, who's not a nerd.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at him, you're like, oh, look at that nerd.
Yeah.
You know?
What, are you trying to get your ass beat right now, Mosey? This would be a fight podcast.
Fight stories.
Me and Six fuck you up, dude. Kyle will jump in.
Yeah, Kyla's fight story was pathetic.
Kyla's fight stories actually probably are the best. She's like, yeah, one time in Roxborough, this one bitch was talking about, I went out and got a chip chop sandwich.
You got
my biggest concern would be getting like Philadelphia Hep C or something like that.
Oh, you get it, dude.
Just under your nails, not that you got it.
If there's a such thing as Philadelphia Hep C, these two, Six and Kyla, have it.
That's just herpes down there, dude.
You know what? This actually reminds me of that when we did that show in Lake George, and we had to share a room, which is the last time I will ever share a room with any other comic.
Why?
Past it. Because we got back from the show, and you're drunk, and I quit drinking 12 years ago, and you're like, yo, dude, you want to wrestle?
Yes.
And I'm like, no, bro, not at all.
You want to wrestle?
No way. I challenge you to wrestle?
Oh, no. And then you started to wrestle me, and I'm like, holding you off. I'm like, hey, fuck off, man. I've had enough.
I was blacked out, dude. I was full blacked out.
What show was this?
I'm sure.
We did a show up in New York. That was the closest I've come to death, also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. On the ride home.
On the ride home, me and Moses actually almost died.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like a 3-lane highway, and in the middle lane, this dude just stopped his car.
Jeez.
His car was like, he was on the side of the road. His car was parked in the middle of this highway. So everyone's going like 70. I was in the middle lane. And I was fucking hungover as fuck.
Hungover.
I literally tried to wrestle John.
You want to wrestle?
Hey, I know we just met and everything.
Yeah. You want to fucking wrestle
do
me,
something
dude?
mildly homoerotic? Can we just watch fucking ESPN and go to sleep?
But then the car in front of me swerved out of the way, and right in front of it was this parked car.
Holy
And dude,
shit.
I couldn't look in any of the other lanes to see what else was there, and I swerved and missed it literally by like a foot. It was crazy.
Yeah. Heart pounding through the chest.
Yeah.
On that one.
I still think
was the
about
car
that.
broken down?
Yeah.
I'm assuming?
And
just a
How
shit
does no
hunk
one
of shit.
stop and push it off the fucking road? Dude?
Right, or
I mean,
the
maybe it just
guy
happened,
whose
I don't
fucking
know.
car it is. I
How
mean,
do you
fucking
not
veer.
drift to the median?
Right.
If you're that guy.
I mean, I'm coming from Philly. I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'd hit the shit out of that car. I'm like, yeah, fucking pussy.
So
you're going 80.
And I know you guys question me for not drinking sometimes and call me a pussy, but here's the thing that I used to do when I was drinking is I would strip down and get buck naked and wrestle my buddies.
That's a good move.
Naked wrestling?
That's a good
move. Yeah, because they don't
dude.
want to touch you. Because they're just like, come on, man, get off of me.
And now
so
you win.
Can dominate them.
Is this at like a party?
No, this is at my old apartment.
Is that a Leafs game?
Oh, yeah. So this is at the old apartment, and then I think the last time I did it, my buddy choked me out.
He got naked. Was like, fuck yeah.
No. I was the only one naked, and he choked me out. And I think I broke a crown, and I was like, okay, I've had enough.
Getting choked out naked has to be one of the worst ways to go.
Yeah, you learned a lesson.
Because your dong's out. It's just laying to the side.
Skinny as fuck, dude. Just skinny, and it's not a good presentation of your dick in that moment.
No.
You quit drinking 12 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You actually, the first time we met was not Lake George. The first time we met was Harrisburg.
Okay, yeah.
And I think you got in a fight that night. I think some dude stole your jacket.
No, yeah, I did.
With you?
Yeah,
I stole a guy's jacket.
I didn't get in the fight, but I was telling Six that story.
Which one was it?
He was drunk. Are you guys ever not drunk?
I'm not.
I don't know.
So this was just the other night. So good, it'll be like the first time.
Yeah.
So it was that club, the Second Street Comedy Club, which probably closed
R.I.P.
next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
you told me a couple of good stories in that place.
So we went. You guys went drinking down the street after, and I was like, all right, I'll come. And I put my jacket on the back of a chair, and then I turned around, and the jacket was gone. And I was
No, I remember. Yeah,
okay.
you told me the story.
And I was like,
last
what
week
the
when you were down in Philly.
fuck?
Yeah.
My keys for the car were in the jacket. I'm 4 hours away from New York and 20 minutes from the hotel. I'm like, I got to find this jacket. So stupidly, I go to the bouncer. I'm like, hey, man, did you see anybody walk off with a jacket? And he goes, yeah, a black guy about this high.
Was he right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, he was white.
Oh, damn it.
But I went down fucking Second Street looking for a black guy about this high, anywhere from 5'11" to 6'5".
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I walked into the bar that was there, and it was an all-black bar
That's not the...
In Harrisburg?
in Harrisburg.
Yeah, dude, Harrisburg has a...
Yeah, Harrisburg's got like a county line divide.
Yeah, the river.
Yeah.
It's literally, there's a river. It's the East Shore and the West Shore.
There used to be tracks under that river.
You know, John, dude, this isn't your country to make jokes about that.
So I go into the bar and I'm spinning guys around. It's a fucking peacoat, and everybody's got a peacoat. I'm spinning guys around like, yo, is that my fucking jacket? And I opened one guy's vest and started rifling through his pockets to see if it was my ID.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And when I realized it wasn't my jacket, I was like, oh man, sorry about that, dude. Mistaken identity. And once he sees that I apologize, then he starts flexing his chest like, yo, motherfucker, you better be sorry. But 2 seconds before
yeah, he
that,
was like, oh shit.
the look of terror was in his eyes.
Well, if somebody spins you around and starts going through your pockets, and you
think,
do have a coppish look.
Oh, for sure.
That's probably what his fear was. And you're a big guy. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
that too.
But
I mean,
if
listen, it takes most people, I think, in that situation it's gonna take a second to react. You're
For
just gonna be
sure.
like, what the
For
fuck
sure.
is going on?
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you're just
yeah.
a straight maniac who's gonna be like, grow for the throat immediately.
Yeah.
So then he didn't have it, but then I'm looking around this whole bar, and I'm like, somebody in here's got my jacket, and I'm fucking searching visually now.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, please don't be in here. Please don't fucking be in here.
This is the worst place to have that jacket.
Nog, is like a small Jew, and he
Yeah.
is just like, what the fuck is going on?
We gotta get that jacket. He's a little fucking. He's the perfect toady for you. Like the lackey of a tiny Jew that's like, oh God, where's your jacket, John? We don't want to go into the black bars. Oh God.
So after 5 minutes, it's not there. I walk down the street. Some like 6'2" white doofus is wearing my coat.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yo, it was nice opening for you. Will you take me on the road, please?
No, but skinny. Like Shane at least has a presence,
Right.
So, and I spin him around. I go, give my fucking jacket, you meatball.
It's literally the nicest way I've ever been called fat in my life. He's got a presence.
No, but you played football.
You're spinning everybody. You get this
I'm
guy.
spinning guys. I'm
Sure.
just fucking turning him around. And I go, give my jacket, you meatball. Like he was such a fucking doofus looking dude. I didn't even get aggressive. I was just like, this guy, give me my jacket. And I was like, where are my keys? And he's like, oh, I threw him in a snowbank. And I
What
grabbed
a
him. And I was
fucking
like,
idiot.
what fucking snowbank? I'm going to come back here, and if I don't fucking have my keys, I'm going to break your nose. And he's like, no, dude, I swear. And you were right. The other night, you were like, you should have brought him with you. And I didn't.
Oh my God!
I didn't,
Yeah,
but the
I
keys
remember
were in the
telling you, I was like,
snowbank.
you nuts! I'm like, let's go.
The keys were in the
Why would you
snowbank.
Did he say it was an accident he took the jacket?
No, he's like, somebody else took my jacket, dude. I just needed
Oh
a
my
coat. I go, I don't
God.
give a fuck.
Oh
Give me
my God,
jacket, you
That
dumb
was his.
fuck.
That was his reason for stealing yours.
Yeah. It's like, you know how this world is, dude. It's real dog eat dog.
You're like, well, now I'm the dog. I'm a bigger dog.
Yeah, and probably have rabies, dude.
This is
I've
what
had a lot of
happens.
unprotected sex.
Have you ever told that story of the house, the den you were in?
Which den?
I don't know, some sort of crack house.
Oh no, that's happening tonight.
I
That's
know,
happening
but
tonight.
you're telling
that
that
was.
tonight?
Yeah.
I think
fuck
we
yeah.
talked about that on. I think that was also Lake George. We were driving in the car, and you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
we were talking
You told
kind
me
of about why you were sober.
Oh yeah, right.
And then you told me that story, and I was actually like, yeah, dude,
That's a pretty good one.
you need to be sober, dude.
Dude, yeah, if anybody wants to be sober, just call John Moses and have him tell you that fucking story.
Yeah, and-
I was sitting there while I was drinking, I was like,
And that's
Yeah.
Christ.
and that's not even like the end of like that. You would think like, okay, I've had enough. And
I got, like,
the drinking didn't end there.
yeah, I got
kept
like
going.
you got like a minute and a half in. I was like, I'm done with this stupid stuff.
Dude, naked choked out would have probably been
Yeah.
mine. I'd have been like, I can't have these guys see me like
But
this.
here's they totally. You're now losing. You've lost all your dominant
Yeah,
presence in the
it's
house of
over,
comic
dude.
nerds.
You're still
You see
naked.
Shane's tiny dick when he got knocked out?
But here's the thing, like, it's only going through so many fights as a youth that like allows me to walk into those places in Harrisburg and be like, yo, dude, that's my fucking jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just like, I don't know where it's going to
Also, you know that for the most part, getting in a fight doesn't really hurt that much.
Exactly.
Till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never really done one sober in a while.
Yeah.
Good sober fight must be miserable.
Yeah, I haven't been. You know what? I haven't lost a sober fight, and I've only been in like 2.
Yeah.
Since I got sober, and then a couple like while I wasn't drinking. But
I was going to ask you that. Were most stories mostly just drunk, like alcohol?
Oh, for me, yeah. But I mean, like other guys.
No, everybody else.
Or are they mostly white guys?
Yeah, of course.
White guys tend to fight
we-
drunk.
Yeah.
We don't have the socio economic pressures of the African American that requires us to defend our honor. Quite such.
Longest way to say white privilege I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Well, you know, I didn't really have a jump shot, so I had to fight.
Yeah.
You know.
He's like, he fucking, he scuffed my Pumas.
Well,
You don't hear about New Balance getting scuffed like I am.
Yeah, white New Balances don't get scuffed.
most of the fight stories and the people we've interviewed so far have been white, and most of my fight stories also white.
Yeah. Yeah, literally the last fight I've been in a fist fight since, like, I was like 20. It's been like 6 years. I was like 24. I was at this college party. I was at my younger friend's college party. I was at Penn State, and we were drinking. And I'm a bigger guy. I'm like, at the time I was probably like 6'3", 275.
Oh wow, what are you doing right now?
Big.
Like
I'm probably
245?
6'3", 255.
Okay,
But I'm flabbier now. I used to be strong
right.
because I used to lift. Now I'm just,
Yeah.
there's a slug, a depressed piece of shit slug.
Yeah.
But
Dude, as long as you surround yourself with fucking twerps, you'll always
I
feel
know,
like
I know.
a big
You
guy.
push people around. But no, a lot of my friends are big. Like a lot of my
Yeah.
like I was with one of the kids. One of the friends I was with played wideout at Penn State. The other guy played offensive lineman at West Virginia. So he was literally like 6'7", 300 pounds.
Wow.
So like we're a big group. And the kid who played wideout was a white wideout who was on the team at the time. He's like 6'5", and like strong and athletic. Like I mean, but we were at this house party, and this one kid was sitting there, and my one friend Jared is a dickhead who loves to just stir shit up.
Nice.
He also played Division I football. He played at Duquesne. He played wideout, and
And these guys are all guys from like your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Just big white farm boy motherfuckers.
yeah, we all played. Yeah.
Jesus
but,
Christ, to think you're the small one?
I literally am kind
In
of
that
a smaller
group?
one in a couple of these guys. Yeah.
Wow.
But my friend Jared was like, "Yo, Gillis, this kid's talking shit." And I knew he wasn't, and I knew what my friend Jared was doing. And I was like, dude, he's not talking shit. Don't do that.
Cut it out.
And then the guy literally stands up and is like, well, what if I am?
Oh.
And I was like, well, then we're going to fight, dude. I was like, you fell for it.
Jared gets his
You
wish.
fell for it, you fucking idiot. So this guy stands up. He's so small.
Yeah.
He's like literally, he's probably like 5'8", 5'9", 160 pounds, maybe. And he starts like stretching his legs and is like, I'm a fucking state champion kickboxer, dude. And I was like, I'm 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, we're about to fight in a kitchen. And I'm just going to lay on you and I'm going to marshmallow you like your old friend did.
Yeah.
I'm going to humiliate you right now. But he literally started stretching his legs. I'll never forget, he was wearing a dog tag, too. I was like, you're
That's if
such
you
a
attack,
fucking
dude.
queer, dude.
That's if you got to
So,
attack. Get him in the stretch.
then his friend and my friend get in between us, and Jared ends up slapping the other kid, and there's a fight there. But then me and the kickboxer go outside, and I'll never forget, there's like a half wall in the backyard, and I just held him over it. And he was like, immediately, I just walked out and grabbed him.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, dude, we're done. And then as soon as I let go, while he's still on his back, he fucking punched me in the face while he's laying down. And I was just like, all right. And then just held him with one hand and rained down, dude. Like, and I was looking at my friends like, just fucking
Having
this
a
kid up.
reactionary moment in the middle of the fight.
Normally when I fight, this is true. If I've ever been in a fight, it's usually me crying and dark red and fucking like, why would you fucking hit me? I love you so much, you bitch. Like, just insane shittiness. But this fight this kid, I had enough control that I was able to like have fun beating this kid's ass.
Yeah.
And then here's the kicker. I wake up the night. Well, I really damaged the kid's face. Like I broke his nose. He was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
There's blood everywhere. like handprint on the wall of him leaving down, like just blood everywhere.
And let this be a reminder.
I walked inside, and this was pre-World Star, so I walked in and I was like, "This is 50.com," and I was like celebrating. I was like, "Oh shit, you guys see this shit?" I just remember I kept yelling, "This is 50 for 50 cents." That's great. Yeah. But then I woke up the next morning. I blacked out. Woke up the next morning. A girl's in bed next to me at this party. Nice. I didn't fuck her, and I woke up and I tried. When I woke up, I was like, "You want to have sex?" She was like, "Ew, gross," and got up and left. And then I looked at my hands, and they were just covered in blood, and I was like, "Oh fuck, what happened?"
What's her problem?
And then I walked downstairs and saw the aftermath, and everyone was like, "Yo, you fucked that kid up." I was like, "I gotta leave town."
Yeah.
I damaged like that kid. I could go to jail for that.
Yeah.
I just broke that kid's nose. Yeah, that was the last fight I was in.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't really happen like that then. Maybe now,
Dude, you know.
I feel like now that they'd show up like local news would be like, "What do you have to say for yourself?" And you'd just be shamed.
Like,
Especially at Penn State, dude.
At Penn State, yeah. Well, it was a kid that I beat up, so they don't
Usually, if there's a bloody handprint on the wall, it's from Uranus. So, 6, you got to top that now. No, I'm just kidding.
It was like fucking attempted murder.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I got hit, or I got into a fight when the other kid had a weapon, and I didn't, and it was a pool cue at this shithole bar in where I'm from, and right outside of Philly, and it was all because my cousin beat him in a game of pool, and he was wearing a Fox Racing shirt, but it was like a real one with like padding.
Fox Racing shirt, that's danger.
Dude, yeah, but he was like this little guy.
That's pre-Monster. That's fucking.
Oh, dude, that
was. If you're wearing a Fox Racing shirt, that's before tap out.
And this is with.
That's what they used to wear. Yeah.
This is with.
That's guaranteed white trash fight.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm glad for that breakdown. I've never heard of that system.
Fox Racing. That's a
Racing?
guarantee. If you see a Fox Racing, get out of there. That guy. That guy hydrates with Mountain Dew. That's like he's like, I'm not gonna drink today. Yeah. Break out the 2-liter.
I gotta take care of myself.
I'm gonna fight someone after a game of pool.
And I was just egging this kid on while he got the shit kicked out of him, and then finally, like, dude, he just gets ran, and I was like, yo, man. And I threw $1 on the pool table. I was like, why don't you go give me some quarters, you pussy?
Oh. Yeah. So you earned it.
I turned around, and he was just like, I'll fucking kill you. He was already in stance with his Fox Racing padded shirt on, holding the pool cue. And I'm not going to lie, first thing I looked for was that little stick that holds them, with the metal piece on the end, dude. I was like, I'm going to fucking take this guy's eye out. But the place was shit on. Like, it had like 2 sticks between, like 4 tables.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck yeah, dude, fucking pussy. And the dude is just like, but he was swinging at me with he was holding the big end of the stick. And I didn't notice that at first. And then when he's like, you're fucking talking shit. Let's see you fucking talk shit now. And I was like, all right, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Swing that fucking pull stick. And he swung nowhere near it. And then when I roll up, I remember he hit me like on like the top of my leg.
And that was enough for you?
I didn't even feel it. I got
all right, man. I'm out.
Fuck, dude.
I was like, you fucking cocksucker.
Yeah. You're a fucking dick sucker, dude.
No,
Why did you do that? Fucking dick sucker, man. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. We were just joking around, man.
Well, then I just went out from it, and then it's it turns into that like grabbing at your neck and like pushing and this and that, and then I got one good one in, but I went right here. It was like under his head, throat.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh! He made a weird face. I was like, did I just kill this dude? Fuck
yes,
dude.
Did you guys see this? Okay, let's get out of here.
Oh, that was... All right, sorry.
No, that was...
Get me going with these fight stories, dude.
It was either me being it was either me being like, oh my God, fuck yeah, dude, don't fuck with me, or me being like, oh my God, I killed this guy, dude. I fucking did it. Because I'm just thinking Con Air when he kills that guy in the front, but he's just defending his wife when he kicks him to death.
Yeah,
like, you were to death.
Yeah, you weren't quite as moral in this story.
Yeah, you were. Some guy lost a game of pool, and you were like, yeah, you fucking bitch ass pussy.
You got it, fag. That's the thing about this podcast. You will leave here like you just watched Rocky 3. You'll
walk outside.
Fired up.
And then I'm
gonna go down to the knitting factory. We're at the knitting factory tonight. Like, everybody wanted to fucking fuck you
Evan
up.
comes in, he's like, what? I'm like, no, dude,
yeah, Evan's a big dog.
Yeah,
Dude.
he's jacked.
Yeah.
But
Finance, I'll fucking throw him
I
against the wall.
was in North Carolina.
I'll beat Evan with finance. I'll use it as a weapon. I'll just
I was in North Carolina. So for the listener out there, I'm sure you're very, you're listening to a Division I offensive lineman speak right now. Let's just talk, just me and the listener right now. The other two aren't paying attention.
You played Division I? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did, but I quit. I quit right away.
You're right. What?
I played one season.
Right.
But
too many rapes?
Too many what?
Too many rapes? Like team rapes? Not you.
Yeah, actually. No, there was just, I just wasn't, it was too hard.
You weren't cut from that cloth.
I was like, I didn't have fun playing college football. Once it becomes a job, it kind of.
Some 9-year-old
Right.
at West Point beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Army first, and I quit there. And I thought it was because I hated the Army, but it was just football. I hated playing. Division I football sucked so bad.
Yeah.
They were at Army. They were like, "Don't worry, dude. The military stuff sucks, but football is a nice escape."
Yeah.
I was like, dude, get me back to the fucking drills, dude. Football sucks. Football, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Right.
Like, that was real ass beating.
Right.
Versus, like, boot camp. That was easy.
So, would you say that you got your ass kicked more in football training than any fight you've ever been in?
Undoubtedly.
Really?
Yeah. You get fight. I mean,
Day
I
in
was
and
just
day
showing
out.
him a picture of the dude I had to block every day.
Right.
Yeah,
he got
he's on the
drafted by the Jaguars, and he was
Wow.
he was an animal.
Dude, that's the thing. You watch
Yeah.
these guys get fucking their bell rung during a game, and you're like, oh, man, I could never get up from that. But it's like day in and day out.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
guys
yeah.
are just big forces of nature slamming into each other like buffaloes.
And it also is funny. I mean, that's the right attitude to have. Like, when you watch college or pro football and you see somebody get laid out, you need to know that you couldn't get up.
yeah.
Oh, God.
You need to
no,
understand you couldn't.
No.
There's so many people out there that are like, catch the fucking ball.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
no.
dude, you would die.
Dude, because I remember just getting hit with my head down,
Yeah.
and like getting rocked.
Yeah, it
dude,
sucked.
Rocked, and then feeling like those football hits are so much harder.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even survive like Texas high school football.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fucking. We were just watching Friday Night Lights, but if you really watched, that's
yeah.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty.
These kids are bred for this.
Yeah,
They
I wonder how many of these
crush you.
kids, like how many of the guys on the opposite end of the highlights are just going home concussed.
Oh my god.
know?
Oh,
And until like, even when I was in college, there was really no, and that was like 2011, 2010. There was still no protocol for concussions, really. Like, no one really gave a fuck. It was only until a little after that. But anyway, actually, what am I talking about? It was like 2008. But so I was in North
It's
Carolina.
okay, you were concussed.
I hung it. Yeah.
Say.
I'm like, wait, you
That's the head injury.
guys smell salt? I would hang out with the football team. So it's us, and we went. This is at Elon University, which is like kind of a preppy school. So it's like Southern bros with like neon khaki shorts that are like short shorts, fucking pastel, not
Please
neon.
tell me you beat one of those guys.
Oh, we used to fucking run a train on these kids. Bow ties, fucking like pink pastel button downs, all that shit. Boat shoes, swoop hair, the ultimate fucking douche.
Yeah.
And then the football team was recruited from all over the country, mostly the South, but like Letty. Did you ever meet Letty? He's from Philly. He's a fucking animal.
Maybe.
There's guys from like Jersey. All these animals. We got in a fight one time outside this bar because we would just fight the frats.
Yeah.
Like the football team would just beat the shit out of the frats. One time I wasn't there, but they got in a fight at the frat, and my one friend kept jumping up on tables and doing elbow drops into the party. Like the football team was so much bigger and stronger than these guys that it was actually like you could do wrestling moves. Like for real, you could like go into the frat house and
You're
fight
throwing
them
them off,
and like
the
put them
buddies
through
are coming
tables
back.
and be like, oh,
That's
Giving them a
sick.
razor's edge.
It was
and, like,
insane.
they are
Yeah.
terrorized.
And at this point, I was huge, and these guys that I was with bullied me. Like on the field every day, I was getting crushed. So like a normal person was just getting destroyed. But anyway, we got in a fight one time out front of this bar, and my friend, he was a fullback from New Jersey. He was the biggest psycho I ever met in my life. He had to quit because he got too many concussions, actually.
Nice.
But he broke a kid's jaw so hard, like everybody was fighting, and everybody stopped because they heard how hard he broke this kid's jaw.
Oh, it was like that.
It was-
Like the crack rang. Like
was
somebody
a
lit a gunshot
war.
off.
It was a crow
that's-
hop. It was one of those
Terrifying
fucking crow
sound.
hop punches.
Yeah.
Hit a kid, broke his jaw so bad that the kid's like struggling to breathe with his mouth. He's like, We were like, holy fuck, Joey, you killed that guy.
Yeah.
And he actually got expelled for that. But it was a sick fight. That guy died. No, he didn't die. But, you know,
my face just got serious.
His jaw put back in place.
That's how they protect those D1 athletes. You killed the guy. You're gonna have to go to another school.
Yeah, you got to transfer.
I got one. Speaking of sports, you'll like this one. This was at a deck hockey game. Our senior year of high school, we had a deck hockey team at a place called Family Fun Spot.
Wait, what's a deck hockey team?
That's a way North Americans say pussy, street.
It sounds like shuffleboard.
Street hockey.
Oh, okay.
But like on foam. It's like real, like regulation ring, all that stuff. But like all you wear is like the street hockey.
Oh, the knee
pads.
pads so that you can go down on each other?
Yes, pretty much.
Wait, I don't understand. What is this?
So like it's street hockey like, but it's in like a real ring.
Oh, okay.
And
like
anybody from Delco would know it. I don't even know if that place is still around, but it's called Family Fun Spot, and they used to have 2 rings and rinks. Sorry, I keep saying rings.
Yeah.
Apologies,
Come on.
dude.
Sorry, dude.
Just sitting over there, just like cocksucker.
Dude, it's mostly Canadian people
I'm like,
that
so
listen
we
to
had a
this. I'm
bunch
gonna
of
have to
jerk-offs.
apologize.
Fuck Canada, dude. Trudeau's a fucking bitch, dude. Donald Trump and football is all we fuck with here.
Well-
Suck our dicks, Canada.
Well,
All right.
Trudeau
We
is a
call them
bitch.
jerseys, not sweaters.
Yeah. Trudeau is a bitch. But.
So anyway, we came out. We were idiots. It's senior year of high school. We had a team, and we would go out and play. And the one time we had to play Glen Mills, which is the local high school where they send the Bay kids. So they roll up in like 2 buses. They have shifts. We have 9 assholes that are half in the bag from when they left 6th period like an hour ago. So we are getting crushed, but they can't hit us because then they'll get in trouble because they have the fucking cops there, whatever. So we just start beating the shit out of them. And I've never felt more powerful in my life. Like, these dudes are massive. And they knew, they were like, you know, if he wasn't here, I would fucking kill you. I was like, yeah, but he is here, dude. Go ahead, fucking try
The guards
it.
were
So
there.
wait a second. So these guys are like,
Juvie. It's like juvie. I felt like necessary roughness when the jail came to play them.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So
It's like the longest yard.
Yeah, the
well,
longest,
yeah, there you go.
Except you were out there.
Like, don't
Except
even
you were
try
out
and
there,
hit
so it was
back.
the longest tard. Woo! Here we go.
still got it. We're
What's up,
firing
Moses?
We're heating up.
Don't even try and fire back if you want to sleep tonight, fat.
So what happened was we had to play 2 games that night. So we played that game, and then the next game was a bunch of fucking idiot firemen and day laborers. So we go into that game like, fuck yeah, dude. We just we lost 14-0, but yeah, we fucked them up.
Dude, day laborers will fuck you up, dude.
They're fucking shit-faced.
Oh, yeah. They got arms of granite, dude.
They're
Dude,
gonna
I
fuck
knew
you
a
up.
couple of these assholes. I was like, dude, this guy stinks. So we get in the game. Opening face-off. I'll never forget this. My buddy Bone was taking the opening face-off. They go down like this. The guy in front of him goes down like this, and a metal bowl comes down, and the ref blows the whistle. He's like, that's a timeout.
Well, he
And
had a-
picks up the metal bowl.
He had a-
and gives it to him. He's like, this is yours? He's
What
like,
was it?
a bowl, like a weed
Oh,
bowl.
his fucking bowl fell out.
Yeah, his bowl fell out, and we're all like, all right. And the ref had to call a timeout. And then at this point, there was all these, the standing room was above the rink. So all of our parents were there. I'll never forget this. And fucking right off the bat, they were hacking at us and like hitting us because we were fast as shit. And they're like, like
So
2
you're
minutes in.
playing men.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These guys got to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. You know, go cut a lawn. And
These guys are
fucking-
trying to fuck your moms after the game.
Oh, yeah. And fucking, they were denying their shift. They're like, you're up, Jimmy. He's like, I'll get you next time. He's like, I'm burning. He's like,
I'm burning.
So,
My legs are burning, Jimmy.
then it-
Get in here.
so
It's like, these kids are fast as shit, Jimmy.
Hit the kid!
my buddy Will had a broken, wrist. So what we did, but he was our best player. So we put a glove on him, like a lacrosse glove almost, with like an extender thing.
Power
so
glove?
the refs couldn't see it and whatever. Well, they were just beating the shit out of him because they obviously knew he was the best. And the parents are all yelling like, "Hey, take it easy down there!" But we start getting like real serious, and like we're like, "Dude, fuck these guys. They're half in the bag. Let's start hitting them." Just remember, this is a big part of the story. There's netting that goes all around, like almost behind like
Yeah.
a field goal post.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know
Okay.
how hockey works.
I know you do. But anyway, they're behind that. So at one point, Will gets crushed. Like, and keep in mind, this isn't, it's just standing there. He gets crushed into the boards, and he goes down. So we lose it. And, like, we start hitting with sticks, and refs are trying to break it up, this, that, and the other thing. We didn't see Will go down. He gets up. He has his glove off with the cast and just goes. This guy's fucking face explodes. Like nose in 20 pieces. And dude, the best was his face because Will didn't fight. Like he wasn't a fighter. But you get hit like that for fucking 60 minutes. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
He crushes him. He's like, oh, shit, dude. And we're like, fuck it. And it was like that part. You ever see Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell? They're like, wait till we go to commercial. He's like, somebody hit somebody. Dude, we went fucking nuts. My buddy Nick's dad, Roy, next thing I know, is climbing down the fucking nets from this thing. We left. State police were called. I shit you not. We're still banned from family funds. If it's still open, we're banned from there.
Banned from family
They're
funds.
they're looking at his picture from 10 years ago, looking at him.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the guy. Is that the guy? I think that's the guy.
Shout out to Media Locals, dude. That was our team name, Media Locals. We came in second to last place, but had one of the best fights in the world. Because, dude, I remember looking down and our goalie, Steve, was just hitting some guy that neither one of them had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you, and just went nuts. And I remember my mom, she'll clap at me like I'm a fucking dog. Like if I'm doing something wrong, she'll be like, bang! Don't you do that. And I was like, fuck you, pussy. Just going after dudes. Yeah, it was fucking nuts. I'll never forget that guy's face, though, because he didn't realize Will had that cast on. Nobody saw it.
Yeah.
And just went, poof, and this guy was like, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you killed that guy.
I was like, somebody hit somebody.
Yeah.
Then we stuck marshmallows in their asses, and it was weird.
Oh, good segue. All right. I don't know if we caught this on the other
Yeah, get to it.
the other recording, but it's, you know what? It's only because I just told the story last night, and how we got into it before. Brian was telling a story about a little guy that got beat up at a party.
Right,
so,
yeah.
all right. So, a buddy of mine told me this story, and it's so legendary back home. There was this kid who was like a little pain in the ass, like little rich kid, like little uppity
It's like Jay Nog.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yo, he called. I think he must have sensed that I was talking shit about him on the podcast because he vibrated me. I was like, oh, shit, the phone was on.
He's great. He is great.
Yeah, Nog's my bud. And Nog would devastate this kid. That's how small.
No,
pathetic
Jay
he
Nog
was.
is not. He's not that small. He's kind of.
No, of course.
He's kind of athletic.
No. But he's small in a fucking bar full of black people.
Yeah.
You know? So this kid Beecroft is like probably 4'11", 110 pounds, and he's a little bit of a shithead, but whatever. So, and there was this other kid, Curtis. Curtis is like 6'7",
Yeah,
you know,
come on.
you know, like built like a fucking pitcher. You know, not huge, but 6'7". So at this party, Curtis pins down Beecroft, pulls his pants down, and just starts fucking filling his asshole with marshmallows.
Classic party,
dude. Just
what a party
like
favorite.
straight out of Porky's.
This is great stuff.
Just something you can enjoy. Just
like, hey, you know that midget that is in our high school?
yeah,
The guy that's physically disabled? I'm going to rape him at the party.
and that's what. And I'm telling my wife this story.
Who's ready for a party? I'm going to rape this kid in front of everyone.
But dude, that's the fucking point. I'm telling my wife this story, and I was like, oh man, this reminds me of this hilarious story. And I tell her that part, and she goes, "Oh, so he was raped?" I'm like, "He wasn't fucking raped.
That was a prank.
Yeah, it was 1994. It was just a fun party story. Don't blow this."
94, dude.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam had something.
Notre Dame just got screwed out of a national title in '93.
Oh yeah.
This is a great time to be alive. Notre Dame was on the precipice of championships. Raping kids was legal.
Yeah. Fucking Kobe raped that chick's butt. It was nothing. It was like
Kobe raped.
much money.
That was significantly later, but
Yeah, that was like 02.
I think
Okay.
Kobe got accused of. I think what Kobe did was put a marshmallow in a girl.
Yeah.
He marshmallowed a girl.
And you know what? It probably couldn't get it out, and she's like, now it's
stuck.
it's too much.
But I think they actually ended up finding other people's marshmallows in there. Honestly, that's actually what happened.
Hey,
They ended up finding some other marshmallows in there.
were you at a campfire?
They're like, within the last 24 hours, somebody else's marshmallows were in there, and you're blaming Kobe?
So I'm telling my wife this story, and the reason it had even like occurred to me because I was naked shoving a Preparation H suppository up my ass, and I was like, "Oh, this reminds me of this story from high school."
Yo, how about though when your butt takes that Preparation H?
Oh, dude, it's really
it's
you're
literally
like, oh,
it's handing off a baton, and your butthole just sucks it
and
up.
I'm like, oh, it doesn't leak or anything. What a
Crazy.
miraculous thing
This
this
was brought up
sphincter is.
before. Now I don't have experience with shoving Preparation H.
I did once, and
Yeah.
I bought one pack. I did it a bunch of times.
put it all up your
I did it
ass.
a couple times. I was like, this is actually, I don't even have hemorrhoids, and this is something.
You're just buying.
I'm just preemptively
That's just how
striking.
you were taking your chew for a little while. That's how you're like, let me get it in there. Dude, one of them melted on me at a show last night, and I was like, literally, I was in the bathroom and I was in pain, and it melted, and I was like, oh fuck, and I felt like fucking Train Spotting, like Sick Boy from Train Spotting. I was like, no, please, I need you. Yeah.
All right, here, let me get this. This is a good one.
All right.
So I was in North Carolina, the same with the football team.
Sure.
We were out. My friend was fighting. We would fight the locals. We were getting a lot of fights.
Yeah.
It's a football team.
Yeah.
So we were out fighting these kids outside this party, and I didn't know it, but one of that kid's friends, I guess, was standing next to me. Because he saw me, I was drunk, I was cheering on the fight. I was like, fuck him up.
Having a good time.
So I reached in my back pocket. It reminded me because you had said skull. I reached back to get my dip, and I guess the kid thought I was getting a gun, is what he said.
Right.
But as soon as I reached in my back pocket to get my dip, he fucking swung and just hit me in the face right away.
Oof.
And this is...
Big dude?
I mean, I've never fought anybody my size, so my dad taught
Rule
me
number one.
my dad taught me some great rules. Number one was never get in a fight you think you could lose,
That's a good goal.
and number two is never fight a wrestler.
Yeah,
that's a
if they
big
don't
one.
fight, they'll just they'll put you in.
And
Yeah,
back in
they'll
the
choke
day,
you
that
out.
wasn't commonplace knowledge.
No.
You know?
But anyway, and number three was always throw the first punch, which
Yes.
which is hilarious because that means my dad just cheap shot at a bunch of small people.
I could be your
He
father.
was like, "Yo, do you wrestle?" The guy was like, "No." He's like, "Fucking."
Should have said yes.
But anyway, so this guy punches me in the face, which also I've never followed that rule at all. Every single fight I've been in, I've been punched in the face first.
Okay. By small
Every
guys.
single fight
By small guys.
by a small guy.
Yeah.
But this guy punched me in the face, so now this circle surrounds us, and somehow it worked out. Like when I grabbed him, he just fell perfectly at my feet. So I'm standing, he fell sitting, like Indian style, facing outwards. So we're both facing the same way, and somehow his back's just against my like shins, and I was able to just hold his hair with my one hand and punch the side of his face with my other hand. But this
The
is one of
motion
those-
you just made was a blowjob motion, though?
Yeah,
You're
no
like, I
problem.
held his hair and I just
Well, I should have.
I thought you were
Give me
describing
old
the-
marshmallow right there.
The
But,
last scene in Last of the Mohicans, you're like, he just fell on his rock. He killed
It
my
was
soul.
perfect. It was perfect.
sounded like
Yeah.
you were just describing that scene. Dude.
But no, this is another one of those
His name
examples
was
though,
Nagua.
where like if I get hit, I don't go into like cool mode.
Right.
I go into fucking like he punched me, but this ended up actually
you go
being
with the
cool.
water boy, dude.
Hold on, no, really, dude. He punched me in the face, and I still held on to my beer.
There you go.
I had a Solo cup. I remember this. He punched me in the face, and I chugged it and slammed it. And I was like, "You're gonna have to hit me so much harder than that." And I started crying and started. I wailed on this kid. I destroyed this kid.
While you were crying?
Yeah, I always did.
That
And
must have
then
been terrifying for him.
and then when everybody,
Not even the hits.
people pulled me off, and I was like, "Did everybody see that? Did everybody fucking see that?"
He's like, yeah, you killed him. Why are you crying?
And then his friend, which was a giant ripped black dude, is like, "Yeah, I fucking saw it. Let's fucking square up." He takes his shirt off and fucking, black
Yeah.
dudes. They're not as cool as us white guys where we cry and try to grab you. They-
Whoa, don't put that on the entire white culture, buddy. Jesus Christ, you got some weird childhood shit.
But no, he does the World Star square up. He's got the wide base. He's
He
licking
does a
his
standing
thumb.
flip.
Yeah. And I've never, like, it went from, like, pure fucking adrenaline of, like, yeah, you guys all fucking see me kick that guy's ass, woo, to instantly, like, oh, fuck, I'm about to get fucking laid out, dude. This guy was, and thankfully, a couple of my black teammates jumped in and beat his ass.
Oh, nice.
They were huge?
Yeah.
Hugers?
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
right. I like it when
The brothers
teams wins
sweet.
over brotherhood.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? They're
It
like,
was
"You are
awesome.
not brother.
How
He's
cool
our
do you
brother."
They're
feel?
like, don't beat up that white guy, and then black on black crime ensued on my behalf. It was awesome.
Yeah,
That's good.
dude.
After fucking Lenny fucking beats the shit out of this kid.
Yeah.
After he
Lenny
snaps a
beat this
mouse's
kid like
neck.
a rabbit, dude. Black boys come in. What's up, dude?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yo, come on, man. This ain't even a fair
They're
fight.
like, that's a retarded guy. Don't hit that retarded guy.
Funny
I just
thing
seen
is,
him crying.
I'm sure they were friends, but they were both standing there right when that other dude took the shirt off. They're like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Shane's
I
gonna
remember-
get the shit kicked out of him.
For real, that guy was huge. He was a fucking
dude. That's a good friend, though. That's
townie
good
from
friends.
North Carolina.
Me and my buddies.
I was in
you're
trouble.
Fucked.
Me and my buddies used to go shopping for fights at frat parties, and we only went to a few, and we never ran into a football
Yeah.
team. Although a Canadian football team, very different,
Yeah.
very different.
This, again, I do
I
want to
can't
paint
even
this
imagine
picture, and I'm
that.
sorry to cut you off. This is literally like just the offensive line going out. Is
Oh,
like,
no, that's
Oh
huge.
my
This is
God.
literally like 10 dudes that are 6'4" and above and 300 pounds and above.
Oh, dude, it's like when they enter the bar, the music stops.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, you could see it.
We would lift.
You could just see one person on occasion being like, "Oh, that's the guy I'm fighting." Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
yeah.
always
So you
one
get out.
and
psycho
I'd be
who's
that guy
like,
though.
"That's
I'd
the
be
guy."
the guy. I'd be
Dude,
the
last
weakest of the
call.
bunch.
Yeah.
Last call's got to be the most terrifying time to be around you.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
Because there's not the bars are out.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what they're doing. They're just looking around like, who's fucking?
I was
looking at me?
benching like 300 to 320, like 315 consistently, and that was embarrassing.
Right, really.
For real, these dudes
Wow.
were benching like 400 pounds.
Wow.
Like it's a scary group.
Not to cut you off. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get over there.
Get
Sure.
in there, Beezer.
My
see you guys over there.
leave
Yeah.
with this moment. We'll wrap this up.
Oh,
it's
you
about
don't
that
have to.
time.
I just gotta get over there.
This is what the two of us. Your girlfriend doing her hair.
What's wrong with you and me, dude?
Dang.
I think you.
He's
God
scared to
damn.
be in this room where he's like, you want to wrestle?
I'm gonna wrestle you, dude. Moses will knock me out. I'll start crying.
Moses is just naked again.
He's a far cry from fucking from benching 315.
Oh,
Neither
dude.
of you show
I'm
up.
at about
for my
135 right now, dude.
show. Neither one of you show up for the show. I'm like, where the fuck are you two? They're like, we got naked. I don't want to talk about it. Shut the fuck up, dude.
God.
Shane's crying. John's naked. All right, boys. Well, I
Get me
think
fired up, dude.
Yeah, I know.
This is good. I had a couple million lights. I'm excited.
Some eyes in it, dude. Forget about it.
We better eat.
All right.
All right, boys. Well, thanks very much, man. Tons of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tyler Morrison sends his regards.
Oh, Unky TT.
Unky TT.
Yo, that guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
dude.
Tyler's funny. All right, boys. Thanks for doing it. Shane Gillis, Brian Six. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Guys, thanks for listening to Fight Stories. We are having a great time making this podcast. We're getting some great guests, and the feedback has been awesome. If you want to support the show, you can do it in two ways. Way number one, money. We're on Patreon now, so check out Fight Stories. Anything we get, we're pumping right back into the podcast. We're trying to get bigger, better, and better. Secondly, continue to subscribe and share, and please rate the podcast on iTunes.
This one is the line he wants to hear. Your Fight Story so well.
You hear that, Ryan? We appreciate you. We're on Instagram at Fight Stories Podcast, on Twitter at Fight Stories Pod, and on Facebook, just plug in Fight Stories. Our ugly mugs are going to pop up. Support the fights. Fuck the arts.
My dad needs some money.